Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew James. I am one of the admin of the Real MHS crew, and we are doing a series of interviews with current and past MHS alumni, current as in current students, and of course, our favorite tender-hearted alumni uh, association members. Today, it's my distinct privilege to have an opportunity to interview Sergeant Glenn. He is a friend of mine and a friend of many of us. Sergeant Glenn, first of all, I want to start off by saying thank you for your service to our nation and, of course, to all of humanity. Um, as our as our group emerges, we will be doing periodic interviews with, in our estimation, distinguished MHS alumni members. Um, it's a series we intend of rolling out on our Facebook group, and it's my hope that you will allow me an opportunity to use this video so other members can see and get to know a little bit about you and what you're all about. Is that okay for us to use this as a broadcast?
Yes, sir. You have my permission.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'll get right into the interview. My first question to you is, if I know you've left many years ago, if you're able to tell us a little bit about yourself in, I will say, 2 minutes, if I may.
All right. All right. My name is Ibert Glenn. I'm originally from Linden, mostly from the Christianburg side of things, but my family lived on both sides of the river,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Christianburg and Mackenzie. Um, I went to Mackenzie High School from 91 to 1996, and my experience there was great. I really enjoyed growing up back home, and it has shaped me into the person that I am right now.
Right.
So I really appreciated growing up back home. Those 16 years meant a lot to me. And I, when I went into Mackenzie High School, I went into the Emeralds from
Mm-hmm.
Form 1 to Form 3.
Right.
And once we went to the main building, I was in the agricultural science, which was S2. And, nobody can ever forget Danny, So that guy was a piece of work, but he was funny and serious at times, but he taught us a lot about, agricultural science, like as far as you growing your own stuff, and it's more pertinent these days with all them fake foods we be getting out here now. So growing your own food is a great thing. And it's good to know that you can go back to your agricultural science days and just do things like, yo, listen, best manure is cow manure. You know, you know they had us fed. This guy used to have us going down the block to go get cold dung
Yes.
on a go kart.
Right.
Man, listen, man. But it was fun times, man. It was fun times.
Very good. Excellent. Um, if you can tell us about your favorite class and which teacher do you remember the most and why? I think early on you did mention Mr. Daniels, but if you can think about somebody else and share a nice little story, I think that in itself would be wonderful.
Well, one of my favorite classes was integrated science. I always liked sciences because it
Hmm.
taught you a lot. I was more into human anatomy. So I really enjoyed integrated science because it's a combination of all the sciences, which is physics, chemistry, biology, and everything else. And life is full of a lot of those. Like if you look at our makeup, you always go back to the sciences, like what type of matter are we made of, and
Right.
all that stuff. So it's crazy, and I've always just like enjoyed science.
Hmm.
As far as my favorite teacher, that was Miss Sonia Daniels. She taught us geography.
Yes, yes.
She she had given me a report card, a response on my report card that said that I was a diligent worker. So I would look up for diligent,
Okay.
which means hard working. But
Right.
she also put next to that, there's room for improvement. I was like, if I'm a hard worker, what are you talking about? There's room for improvement. I work hard to get this grade, man.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right. Right.
so it's I've all he always comes to mind when I think about teachers at Mackenzie High School. I still
Hmm.
chat with her from time to time on Facebook. So
Okay. Very good. As a sergeant in the U.S.
was, I didn't get that question.
One second. I think we had some problems there. No, I was saying as a sergeant in the U.S. Army, if you could tell us about how did school prepare you for your current career, and more specifically, if you can give us a little bit about exactly what it is that you're doing for your work life as it relates to your current work.
Well, as far as school went back home is it taught you a lot about respect for those that are in charge of you when you're at school. So
Right.
with the military, it's always a rank structure. So I served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps from '97 to 2001. So rank structure is a big thing with them. And listen, I respect the rank structure, but I also, you got to give respect to get respect,
That's right.
and that's one of the reasons why I left, because you have people that's in charge of you that they want respect but they don't give it,
Mhm.
and the fact that they got certain ranks, it allowed them to do certain things. So listen, I wasn't gonna stay and be subjected to that. So that's why I just did my 4 years, and I got out. But at the same time, that that rank structure, respect that you give to people, it flows from the top down,
Right.
and and you can't. Sometimes those people that's in charge of you, those are the ones that's gonna do things on your behalf to make sure you move up in life.
Right.
So you not showing them that respect will hurt you in the long run. So listen, if just listen, just respect people, man. They're human beings at the end of the day. Just respect them. So it made life a lot easier for me.
Hmm.
Made life a lot easier for me.
So I guess in a nutshell, your current advice to students would be to basically follow the lead of their teachers and to respect authority, right? Basically.
Yes, and listen, if there's something that they're telling you that you don't really adhere to,
Hmm.
there's a respectful way of going about saying, like, yo, listen, I don't really subscribe to that, and is there another way that we can do this or do that? You can always sit down and talk if
Right.
they're willing to sit down and talk. So I don't see what's the matter. My mother always used to say, "Hey, closed mouth don't get fed." So if you don't say nothing, you don't get nothing.
Right.
It's like if you're hungry and you just sitting there looking, nobody's gonna read your mind and know that you're hungry.
Right.
It's just like babies when they hungry, they start bawling your ears off.
Right. Right.
If you have questions about anything, just always ask.
Mm-hmm.
And always be open up for learning new stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been doing lately. Even with this COVID thing going on, I've been at school. I've been taking a communications class, and it's all about, you know, like working on your relationship.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And my last question to you is, if I may, um, what do you think we can do as a group to make a difference in the life of current students back home in Guyana? That's my final question. And again, I want to thank you on behalf of the admin team. And again, I want to thank you for your service as you
Stand
outlined.
by. Stand by.
Mhm.
Yes. What was that question again?
Again, I was just saying, if you can give us a recommendation as to what we can do as a group to better the life of current students back home at Mackenzie High School.
Oh, man. You talking concerning our platform,
Yeah,
or
our current alumni group, what we can do as a governing body to better the life of current students back home.
I mean, for us as an alumni, where we're at is to find out what their wants and as far as not wants, but what their needs are, and try to accommodate those. Like if we can come together to do fundraisings and stuff like that to help, you know, rebuild certain infrastructures at the schools back home, it would be great.
Okay.
And make sure the money is getting into the right hands, and whoever's in charge of it is doing what they're supposed to
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Again, Sergeant Glenn, I appreciate your help and I appreciate you taking the time out to come and sit and do this interview with us. Thank you very much. God bless you and God bless everything you're doing.
do. Thank you, bro. I wish I had some more time to sit down and chat, but you know, work calls.
Okay, we'll be in touch. Take care. Be safe. Thank you.
Most definitely. I'll
God
check in.
bless you. Thanks. All
Yeah.
right. Good.